So I get this message on my Gmail inbox, and it reads the following. Well, considering my cousin is gay, I have a Hispanic brother-in-law and a African American great uncle, and I'm a 4.0 student in my private school and still remain a proud Republican. I don't see where science is getting their numbers from. Yet you can call us stupid when you elect a socialist, Marx loving man who already dug a grave for us with China. You support the killing of a unborn child, and then Obama goes ahead to say banning a assault weapon to save one child's life is worth it when he turns around and supports abortion. Do you know what a assault weapon is? So this is what I answered this person. Okay, first and foremost, there's no standard set for who is or ain't a Republican. Just because you got a gay cousin, Latino brother-in-law, and an African American uncle, and you got a 4.0 in your private school, it's like they say, there's always an exception to the rule. If if you got a 4.0, you would know that. As smart as you claim to be, you know Obama ain't a socialist, Marx-loving man. Have you seen the stock market? What's a socialist Marxist paradise this socialist Marx-loving man has brought us? No universal health care. Schools can barely keep above water. Same for other services like police and firefighters. And before you say anything, I do realize that these are localized, but as Washington goes, the country follows. Also, since you've obviously brought up abortion, let me ask you, why is it that Republicans care so much about the fetus, but after they're born, who cares? Why do you need a weapon of war? Are you planning to overthrow the government? A gun has one and one purpose only: to kill. Period. You can defend yourself with a pistol. Why an assault rifle? One more thing. If you've got a 4.0, it obviously was not in grammar. For crying out loud, most browsers have grammar correction, as you could see, in the comment that I posted of him, the one they sent me in the inbox. So he responded with the following. I hunt coyotes and wild boar with my AR-15. Watch the boars gone wild on History Channel and you'll see why we need one. The assault weapons ban supported only rifles that look like a AR. Have you heard of the Ruger Ranch Hand semi-auto 223? And if you mess with the trigger mech, you can convert to bump fire. Guess what? It's not on the list. Why? All this is a bunch of clowns trying to take guns from the law-abiding citizens. We have done nothing wrong. We are responsible gun owners who abide by the law. I respect people of all ethnical and social backgrounds. As for abortion, I can't understand why an innocent life must be taken. And yet you say it's constitutional to take the Second Amendment or extremely limited. But it's unconstitutional for someone to show their ID before voting to prove they are a U.S. citizen? And then I responded with this. I'm pretty much done with you because you're a liar and you have proven you don't have a 4.0. This so-called law, which was watered by your buddies on the right and turned into weak sauce, didn't even ban the sales of guns that were grandfathered in. Or, in other words, those who own the weapons already. Also, there are so many strawmen here, I wouldn't light a match lest we all go out in the fire. When did I say I want to limit the Second Amendment? Do you know what a fetus is? Or abortion? Did I say it was unconstitutional for someone to show their IDs before voting to prove that they are a citizen, that they are a U.S. citizen? By the way, why do you need an AR-15 to hunt coyotes and boars? Why not an elephant gun, large caliber rifle? An AR-15 was originally a military rifle. It wasn't sold to the public, to the general public, till 5 years after it came out. Also, why do you Republicans hate background checks when almost 14 years ago Wayne LaPierre of the NRA was for them, and there's video proof of it? Then I linked them to the following video. Goodbye. So, to conclude, I haven't received yet, well, I've yet to receive a message from this person. I don't know if I will or not. Probably I will, because, these people can't stand losing an argument. So I'm pretty sure I will get a response. And you know what? I'll just read it and delete it, because it's, at this point, it's moot for me to argue any longer, because it's obvious that this person has their mindset. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, if you've seen any other videos in my channel, you know that I'm not a big lover, as they'd say, of Obama, or do I kiss Obama's ass. I've criticized Obama on my radio show. I've criticized Obama on this channel many times. I've always said that this man does not have the spite to stand up to Republicans. If there's one thing good to be said about Bush, is that at least he didn't give a shit, and he passed things anyways, even though a lot of Democrats and some Republicans were against some things. He still passed them, or he still got his crony buddies to pass them. Whatever agenda Obama has, it's not obviously not a progressive, or even worse, a socialist agenda, as we can clearly see how he's caving in and giving in to a lot of these, Republican wishes. I mean, you could even look up a video of John Boehner, and I'll even link it here in case you don't want to just bother looking it up. A video of John Boehner saying, this was, I believe, from the, I don't know if it was from a healthcare bill, or for another bill, or some compromise. I believe this was from the, not the sequester, but it was from the, I know it's from another situation. I can't think of it right now, where Boehner said that he got 98% of what he wanted. I mean, come on. Really? And of course, I shouldn't be surprised. These people are so blinded in their partisanship. They're so blinded that, no matter what, Democrats are evil, socialist, Marxist, atheist, Muslims who want to destroy the country no matter what, want to take guns from people, want to, kill babies and murder children and all this. All the projections that they have themselves, all the things that they would love to do to us in general as a public, and that they've done in some ways, they all projected to liberals. Not to say that Obama has been the innocent angel, because he hasn't, and even then, a lot of it has been due to his advisors. Although I can't get into the mind of Obama. Personally, I think that Obama has this inherent need to fit in. It's like the kid who never in his life he's fitted in with the rest of the kids. So he has to find a way to fit in. And if that means appeasing the Republicans in almost everything they want, and appeasing the rich in almost everything they want, he will. Because, I mean, he said it himself in a lot of times. Well, I know that I'm not making my party too happy when doing this, but I mean, he's had this, in my opinion, and I'm not a, just to state, I'm not a psychiatrist. Um, I'm not a psychologist. I don't have a degree in psychiatry or psychology. But from what I can gather, in my opinion, this is why Obama chooses to do the things he does. Is because he has some inherent need to fit in, because maybe most of his life he's wanted to fit in um, with the in crowd, and when he finally reaches the top, when he goes from senator to president, he has this need to fit in, when he should realize he doesn't need to fit in with the rest of the crowd. He can um, he can be a successful leader by not listening to these people. But of course, he won't. Up to 16, when his time is up, and when his second term is up to then, he's going to want to do whatever he can to fit in, because that's who he is. That's who he really is. And it just drives me crazy, because, all of these, I mean, no matter, with a few exceptions, and I've always said the few exceptions to the Republicans, not Republicans, but to the Democrats that I've admired, that have, for the most part, if not for all the time, stuck to their progressive positions, have been Alan Grayson and Elizabeth Warren. Those are the people that I admire, because and of course, from the Democratic Socialist side, or the independent side, um, what's his face, Bernie Sanders. Those are the people who have actually stuck to their principles. Everybody else is just a partisan hack, or totally irresponsible. So uh, nothing else to say, except to this person, I'm done with you, gunman5566. It's obvious that you are just a partisan hack. All you want to do is ignore everything the Republicans have done throughout history, and just blame liberals for everything, and just say that Obama is a socialist, Marxist, whatever. And to be fair, and before you say, "Oh, look, Strawman, he's strawmanning us, he's strawmanning us," okay, let me correct my words. You didn't say that liberals, you didn't blame liberals for everything. You just blamed Obama for being a so-called socialist, Marxist. Okay, man that that wants to ban guns, even though he's pro-abortion. Okay, just to be fair, you know, And also, um, I'm done with you, period, because this you say you have a 4.0, but you're clueless. You're clueless. I try to reason with you, but you are just plain clueless. Okay. I know there are I know there are Republicans who are not all, you know, gun obsessed, who are gun owners, who are responsible, who would like to see background checks. I mean, for crying out loud, 90% of the country supports background checks. So it's not all gun owning Americans that are like this person or like the other people who are against background checks, because of some slippery slope idea that it's going to lead to some kind of uh, list, and then people are going to be, marked to have their guns taken away, and oh my God, Armageddon. Okay, so that's about it. There's nothing else to say, but um, dude, get a life. Okay.